Hey, you hear me? Turn me up in the headphones. Look, black women in church trying to sing away their problems, paying tithes to a pastor, molest your children and rob you. He ain't concerned with their condition and black people problems. Send some prayers up to the Lord, shake loose all their pockets. And to add to the stress, shit, we all divided. He got caught up in the trap, he could've went to college. Selling box ain't your only option. How you single with 4 kids with a rainbow flag in your bio? He got caught up, came home with a drug problem. You get famous off of murder. Niggas love sliding, city filled with gun violence. Everybody got switches. Religious grandchildren is doing most of the killing. I don't consider this living, we in hell. Gave my nigga life, I heard him crying in his cell. Uncle sneaking in her room, but she afraid to tell. How you expect to get justice? She blind holding scales. Yeah, all the wrong shit make you real. You ain't focused on oppression when you just trying to live. I've been in the field since like Pop Warner. See my brother catch a body, we was sophomores. Devil buying a strong man and put the locks on him. Now the family all destroyed, son got stock on him. I ain't mad, just a warrior for the wrong cause. How your ops look like you in the wrong war. For real, yeah.
Yeah. Man, these niggas talk hard like this. Act like they up to switch whole time, man, they won't even diss. DNA check, found that you make it look easy. Yo, I did my earnest through the furnace. Deadlifting all my burdens. Pay tithes on all my earnings. I hate fake Jews like Germans. Got a bad bitch that's fertile. Keep her wetter than a swirtle. War scars and golden girdles. Get that shit poppin' like colonels, nigga. Cause I'm running with the generals. Out here in these streets, I be talking shit in general. But if the truth hurts, nigga, wear that bitch. Crib niggas out here and they mad I'm rich. I got 4 wives, nigga, better than a bitch. And they all wanna share that dick. I'ma probably get checked for that shit, but I just wear the crown and what comes with it. I go rip retarded, I go dumb with it. Man, this rap shit, I thought that you was done with it. Man, I just pop up and have fun with it. So who want it? If you want it, you could come get it. And if you stepping up, then you better come with it. Cause I've been about that action. God raised me a captain at the foot of the Baptist. And you know I get active, niggas know I get active. In my father's house, I'm trying to find me a mansion. Flip my pennies, domain expansion. My hymen kick them out if these niggas is lacking in sincerity and that true zeal and passion. Better checking in my city before I catch you slacking. Better run me that cover before I let you back. And it's the home of the truth, that's the end of the cap. And it's the end of the world, new beginning, it's happening.
Talk to me. Played the horn of the Lord and served other gods. Remember the days of old, we the lost tribes. They don't believe the Bible. They say a white man wrote it, but still celebrate them holidays from white men, don't they? Like Christmas and Thanksgiving appetites. I don't even see my closest family half the time. Going out ain't an option, I won't compromise. I got integrity and more heart than Valentine. I retweeted a book they sell on Amazon, owned by the same folks that told them to apologize. Remember slaves couldn't read, wasn't allowed. So it's meaning when I tell you I'm black and I'm proud. Murdered us with the sword, that's how we learned religion. Community standards violate my First Amendment. Discontinue from my heritage under these bastards. Life a bitch, they make up lies and give you public lashes. I understand they confused by who the devil is. Why my people get so mad when I tell them this? Valley of dry bones, my niggas skeletons. It's hectic out there, hope you checking on your relatives. Brotherhood, that's what my weapon is. And I never let these crackers take it from me. Real talk, you probably never heard this all of your life. Be careful, cause that thing you love, it'll cost you your life. Long as we got each other, my nigga. Cause we build this shit on brotherhood. Long as we got each other, my nigga.
Yeah.
Cause we build this shit
Nigga,
on
I done lost family, I done lost friends. Day one, niggas thought was riding to the end. Still showed up, put in that work. Hide behind a smile while I'm walking with this hurt. Some nights I felt alone, most nights I felt cold. Some nights I drove around, I ain't wanna go home. Nigga, I ain't never been, nah, I ain't never fold. Follow orders like a soldier doing what I'm told. Even when the counsel wasn't making any sense, I ain't never doubted, I just put it to the test. Days I was fucked up and down to my last cent. Reaching in my pockets, only coming up with lint. I'm talking even on the days that I couldn't pay my rent. I put it down for my brothers, ain't spared no expense. If I ever got bent, caused an offense, please forgive your brother, Lord, that ain't what I meant. See that brotherhood a weapon, fight against deception. When something taken from you, then it's just a blessing. Shorty really loved me, gave me everything she got. And I'm sorry, baby girl, if I ever broke your heart. Man, mistakes that I made, don't know if they'll fade. Moving with a heavy heart, living with the pain. Take away the shame, wash away the stain. Praying to the Lord for the days that I was Cain. Sheesh.
Long as we got each other, my nigga. Cause we build this shit on brotherhood. Long as we got each other, my nigga.
All right, clap it up. Welcome again to another I.S.U.P.K Jamaica Sunday evening law class. My name is Priest and Officer Kayadwan, and I mean standing in for Officer of 1,000 Abadawan. I say Yahweh Bashami Awashai Braka Thumb to my brothers, Yahweh Shamar Ilathan, Bashami Awashai to my sisters. You understand? So I.S.U.P.K is the home of the truth, you understand? I.S.U.P.K started 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. For those who might not have heard about the I.S.U.P.K, I.S.U.P.K is where the Hebrew Israelite movement started. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, I.S.U.P.K is the only legitimate Hebrew Israelite organization. If you see any other Hebrew Israelite organization out there, just count them no different than the Christian church. You understand? The I.S.U.P.K is the home of the truth. See? All right, so, you know what I mean? Hurricane Beryl passed through, you know what I mean, the Caribbean, leaving a lot of devastation, not only here in Jamaica, but, you know what I mean, many other islands, you understand? And also in Mexico and so forth, you understand? And it's not the first we go through, you know what I mean, them situation here with hurricanes, where hurricane totally demolish, you know what I mean, any particular island, you know what I mean, where black people and Hispanic live. See? All right. Now, may I ask you a question? Have you ever heard a message from out of the continent of Africa saying pray for the Caribbean or pray for any particular Caribbean island? Because it's not like Africa is the only place that, you know what I mean, suffer tragedy. You understand? We here in the Caribbean suffer tragedy all the time through our faults. All the time, especially when it comes to natural disasters. Our brothers and sisters in Haiti know about that even more than any other Caribbean island. You understand? Our brothers in North America know about police brutality. So now in this sense, it's not natural disaster, but you know what I mean, racism from the oppressor. See? Which makes international news. You understand? And it's no secret what the oppressor does to our people in North America, right? Our brothers and sisters on the border with Mexico and America, you know what I mean? The Mexicans, as well as the different tribes coming up from South America, trying to enter the US because they want a better life. But, you know what I mean, being detained and put in cages by the oppressor. And this also make international news. Have you ever heard any message from Africa saying, pray for our Hispanics? And you know what I mean? And if them even want to say, boy, Hispanics are not dark skin, which we know, you know what I mean? Hispanics, many Hispanics is just as dark as me. You understand? If they want to separate, you know what I mean, between Hispanics and quote unquote black people, what about the black people who face the same treatment on the border? Have you ever heard Africa say, pray for them? The reason why I bring this up is, you know what I mean, you have never heard Africa, never hear Africa giving any kind of sympathy to we over here. Never. But whenever there is some tragedy over there in Africa, you always hear, especially Jamaicans, saying, pray for Africa. You know what I mean? Right now, Kenya go through a little thing, which is really, you know what I mean, retribution for where them currently are trying to Haiti. But yet still you hear Jamaicans that say, pray for Kenya. See? Which that particular situation in Kenya is really just the most high judgment on Kenya, because right before that protest start in Kenya, what them a plan for do? As a matter of fact, not what them a plan for do, what them do? Them send militarized police into Haiti. That is what Kenya did. Them send militarized police into Haiti. You understand? And right after that now, guess what the Most High do? The Most High show them that their society is not any better than Kenya. Haiti, Slovakia. And show them that an uprising can happen in their country at any moment. And it did happen, and now you have people, you know what I mean, burn the place to the ground over there in Kenya because of some gas tax or something like that. Some tax. See? And them take it as sport now. It's as if them don't want it end. Just regular, what them call them Gen Z, the young Kenyan, them are run rampant in Kenya right now, burning the place to the ground. Right after them decide that them are going to send militarized police into the Lord's people country. You know what I mean? You never hear an African country say, let us provide humanitarian aid to Haiti. You have never heard that before. When have, you know what I mean, we here in Jamaica, because remember in 2000, that was 2000, I don't remember when Dean and Ivan passed through. Me after the Gilbert. As a matter of fact, you know what I mean? As a matter of fact, I was born in the same year as Gilbert. So I don't experience Gilbert. I don't have no recollection of Gilbert. See? But me can remember when Dean and Ivan, you know what I mean, mash up Jamaica. You understand? And we never get no support from any African country. We never get the humanitarian support. Many houses were buried under the ground because of flood and landslide. We never get no strength or no, you know what I mean, well-wishing from no African country. But as soon as some barbarian or some, you know what I mean, tyrant over there in Africa decide that him will analyze him people, we say, pray for Africa. Pray for this country in Africa. But we don't get that in return. And you might ask yourself, why? Many people might not even, most people not ask themselves why. The thing about the Lord's people is we give our love out, you know what I mean? Without expecting it. That is when to other nations, not to each other. With each other, we expect something in return when we give each other love for some reason. We don't give each other unconditional love. But when it comes to these Edens, we give them this unconditional love. We love them regardless of how them treat us. So most people would even take notice that Africa has never give us moral or humanitarian support. You understand? Our people have never even considered it. That Africa has never yet give us a helping hand in any kind of way for any tragedy that we go through. You understand? And the reason why, again, why I'm going to bring up this is, but also show you the disconnect between Africa and your tragedy. You understand? When the Muta Baruka interview some Obia working African who say he's in vacation in Jamaica. You know what I mean? But somehow him have clients waiting on him. Because you know the Obia is big business. You understand? Obia is big business. So you know what I mean? Somehow on his vacation, him have clients here in Jamaica wait for him. Which really means it's not a vacation, it's a business move. But anyway, see, when Muta Baruka bring to him, you know what I mean, the tragedy of slavery, his reply was, well, it's a good thing that slavery happened. You understand? And I guess to him, he must say, well, as a matter of fact, this is what he was trying to say. You know what I mean? Which show you how disconnected they are to our tragedy. See? He's saying if, you know what I mean, this is the statement that he made. He said, if slavery never happened, nobody wouldn't know Africa. In other words, slavery shed a light upon Africa and, you know what I mean, the world benefited from slavery. This is how insensitive them is, you know. Because they are so unattached to our drama, them can say that. And the reason why I'm say the world benefit from slavery is because him see what we over here in the West who were enslaved do to the upliftment and the betterment of the oppressor's kingdom over here. So in his eyes, he must say, well, those slaves are doing good for the betterment of the world because look at their accomplishments and look how great they have made America and the West because, you know what I mean, they were enslaved. But we over here in slavery, we don't look at it so simple. We over here in slavery, we consider ourselves great by our own. We never need slavery for do it. As a matter of fact, our slavery made the oppressor great. You understand? Our slavery made the oppressor great, and we are still downtrodden over here and suffering. And that is what these Africans do not understand. Or they understand, but they are so detached from it because it's not for them problem. And the reason why it's not for them problem is because we are not them. We are not their people, and they know it. You understand? So in him can say no, it's a good thing that slavery happened because it don't seem like we are doing so bad, but we over here know how terrible this place is. You understand? And them can't relate to the tragedy that we went through. And that is the reason why them pass it off as if, you know what I mean, slavery was a good thing. You understand? And Muta Baruka in that interview, you know what I mean, he was loving this Obia working African before he made that statement. And then the interview went left. Why? Because even though Muta Baruka would want to sell you the lie that we are African, him still know that the trauma of slavery was not good. He was a part of that trauma. So him know the African that he was speaking to never experienced it. Don't know, don't have a clue. He don't carry any kind of scars. You understand? He don't carry the scars of slavery if you say, yo. All right, for example, what are the disadvantages of slavery for our people over here? One, slavery cut us completely off from our identity. Completely. We don't have any connection to language that we used to speak, our culture. You understand? What type of clothes we used to wear, what kind of food we used to eat. You understand? Our sense of identity is, you know what I mean, completely wiped out because of slavery. That African can't relate to it. You understand? That African can't relate to that because him have thousands of years of, you know what I mean, connection to film history. See? What other thing does this slave, what other disadvantage slavery have done? What are the disadvantages slavery done? You know what I mean? To us. Slavery has cut us off from being a nation. Now we call ourselves Jamaicans. We call ourselves Cubans. We call ourselves Trinidadians. We call ourselves even African American. You understand? Slavery has completely cut us off from being who we are as a nation, and it has divided us even further. You understand? So now a Jamaican don't think that him and a Trinidadian have nothing in common. There is competition between Jamaican and Trinidadian for some reason. Not knowing that that is your blood brother. You understand? There's competition between a black American and a Jamaican. Not knowing that that is your blood brother. See? That is what slavery did to us. It separated us as a people. You know what I mean? Another thing, slavery has scarred us with a deep, deep scar and trauma that pass on to, you know what I mean, to the generations even after slavery. So look at us as a people today. We are destroyed as a people. Look at us in the garrison. You understand? And some people look at us and them say, especially the Africans, them, which they might not know about. See, the oppressor, you know what I mean, paint this particular image of us in the media. The black man is violent. The black man is, when we know that nobody is more violent than the oppressor. You understand? The black man is this. The black man is a deadbeat father, which is a lie. You understand? The black man is that. The black woman is this. The black woman is that. The black woman is promiscuous. The black woman is this. You understand? All of that is the image that them portray us as. See? When the truth of the matter is, many of that come because of the scars of slavery. Even the hate where we have for each other. You understand? Comes because of the scare of slavery and the institutions that them put in place to make sure so we hate each other like the Christian church. Because the Christian church teach us to love the oppressor as God. Then if we love the oppressor who scared us as God, then it's natural that we hate the person who the oppressor was scaring. You understand? We are going to hate who God hate. And clearly, God hate us because that same race of people who give us the white image to worship as God had us in slavery. You don't enslave who you love. You enslave who you hate. So if God hate black people and we worship white people as God, then we will automatically hate black people too. And that is the root of, you know what I mean, the hatred that we have for each other. I'll jump to some scriptures. Remember, like, share, subscribe, depending on the platform that you're watching on. See? I'll jump to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28. And let's jump down straight to verse 68. And it said, Deuteronomy 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, right? Which is how we came over Jamaica, by the means of transatlantic slave ships. See? But why is, you know what I mean? Why did it mention Egypt? For those who are not familiar with the Bible, right? Egypt is where the children of Israel was before the Most High freed them, you know what I mean, out of slavery. Meaning they were in slavery in Egypt. For those who don't know this part of the Bible, you know what I mean? because them don't teach you much about this in the Christian church or Sunday school. Many people grow up and don't go to church. So, you know what I mean? But used to go Sunday school when you're little, but them don't, you know what I mean? Them not give the deep detail of them little event in the Bible. So Egypt is where slavery happened to the children of Israel first. And during this time when the Most High was telling us this, or when Moses was telling us this, which he was passing on this information from the Most High. See, we had just been freed from slavery. You understand? So when it said, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again, it's talking about slavery. And the Bible consistently refer to Egypt as the house of bondage, which is another word for slavery. So Egypt really means house of bondage. You understand? And it said, he will bring us into this Egypt again with ships. So you have to go in a slavery with ships. And this is for breaking the Most High's laws. You understand? That the Most High is making a covenant with us and he's telling us that, look, if you keep these covenants, then you will be blessed and the greatest nation on the earth. But if you turn away from them, then, you know what I mean, these things will happen to you. And one of those things is slavery by the means of slave ships. You understand? And nobody else but blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian can relate to this prophecy. And this was a prophecy. You understand? Slavery, our slavery that, you know what I mean, caused us to be so scared over here in Jamaica, scared over there in Britain, scared in the United States, wherever we serve slavery. See? It was in the Bible all along. But it said it would happen to the children of Israel, not, you know what I mean, not Africans. The Bible mentioned Africans, you know, but the Bible separate Africans from the children of Israel. And the Bible tell you that these things would happen to the children of Israel. And it's talking about slavery. So slavery did not happen to Africans. And that is the reason why Africans can't relate to your trauma. When you bring up that, you know what I mean, black people are under systematic racism over here, the Africans can't relate. Them say, well, you don't work hard enough. Look, you're in the greatest kingdom because they must say the life of the oppressor over here and the wealth of the oppressor. In their mind, they are thinking that we have access to that wealth and that prosperity that the oppressor have. They think that we share in the oppressor's heaven, which is over here. But them can't see that we are suffering hell over here under the oppressor. As a matter of fact, the oppressor is able to enjoy his heaven because him have us in hell over here. So Africans look on and say, you're ungrateful because look how much wealth is over here. And you are complaining, not knowing that the oppressor put things in place to prevent us from, you know what I mean, prospering over here. That is because they don't have a clue. And when them come over here, they are treated different from us. When them go to America, they don't come and live in the garrison. Africans don't live in the projects. You understand? Africans live with Africans in better communities and Africans are given better opportunities. Africans are not pulled over by the police. And if they are pulled over by the police because of the color of their skin, when the police realize that this is not some nigger in the projects, him get a pat on the shoulder and he can go on him way. But the police is ready to analyze a nigger in the projects. You understand? Even the oppressor put a difference between we and the Africans. And especially the oppressor knew that he was not enslaving Africans. That is just the lie that the oppressor told you in his primary schools. His primary schools taught you that you were African. That came from the oppressor. It is the oppressor who taught you that you were Africans. And I would challenge anybody to come and tell me otherwise. Who told you that you were Africans? Many of you might say Muta Baruka. No, Muta Baruka did not tell you that you were Africans. Mutabaruka teach you that you should love Africa and go back to Africa. And the Rastafari community teach you that you should love Selassie and go to Ethiopia. But who taught you that you were African? Because right after you left primary school, you was well aware that you were quote unquote African. So who teach you that? You learn that in primary school. Then who formulate the knowledge that we learn in school? Who dictate what we learn in school? It is the oppressor. It is not Andrew Holness. It is not Portia Simpson Miller. It is not the Minister of Education that comes straight out of Britain. You understand? And the entire Caribbean and whichever oppressor is over any Caribbean jurisdiction determine what history you learn in primary school, and that history will tell you that you are African. So it's the oppressor that tell you that you are African. And we know the oppressor has to be a liar. So how is it that we just hug up this idea that we are African, but yet still we detach ourselves from the oppressor when we want to say we're woke and we have knowledge? We have knowledge and we're woke, and now we hug up the African concept. Well, if you're woke, your wokeness should have tell you, say, the oppressor is a liar. So you should rethink whatever identity he give you. You understand? Somebody say Marcus Garvey. Yeah, Marcus Garvey wouldn't be no different from the Rastafari. What I mean is, they more tell you that, you know what I mean, to love Africa and to go back to Africa. But we never need Marcus Garvey or the Rastafari community to, you know what I mean, to really, all right, them do teach us that we are African, you know, but get what me I say, see? We never need them to tell you that, because we learned that in primary school already. You get what me I say? When we got primary school, them tell we say we are African. All right, somebody say, what do you think about Pan-Caribbean? All right, Pan-Caribbean meaning, you know what I mean, Caribbean people come together. Seem like, oh, Pan-Africanism is about we loving Africa. You're saying Pan-Caribbean is a movement. Is that a thing? First, me I hear about it still. Or you talk on a governmental. I know them have some Pan-Caribbean thing in the government structure where, you know what I mean, Caribbean country make connections together with each other for the benefit of trade and so forth. Let me explain properly what you mean. So that I don't really understand what you mean. See? So, yo, we not invite nobody on the live with no rainbow flag. You see me? So just forget about that. Lego the lifestyle, you know, come on the live with no rainbow flag. You see me? See? So in primary school, we learn that we are African. But who gave us that syllabus? The oppressor. The same slave master taught us that we were African. All right, you kind of change the question now, you know. I want you explain what you mean by the Pan-Caribbean thing, yeah? But I'm going to answer this one, because I think I understand this a little bit better. All right, Venezuela and Guyanese, they are brothers and sisters. You understand? That you know what I mean? What them call it, that region in Guyana where the Venezuelan them are try claim is because of the division that is taking place in the world right now. So Venezuela is aligned to Russia, you understand? And America have a lot of, what I call it now, sanctions on Venezuela and things. So them automatically fall in the hands of Russia. You see? And Guyana is more aligned to the US. So right now, everybody are try, you know what I mean, fight for resource. And because Venezuela is aligned to Russia, they might try the same approach that Russia did with Ukraine. But Venezuelans and Guyanese are really Israelites. They are brothers. You understand? Divided because of two oppressors who are fighting against each other. You understand? But the pan Caribbean thing, see if you can break it down a little more for me, so we can understand fully where you are talking about. You see me? So we learn from the oppressor, so we are African. So since we get woke now in this time of, you know what I mean, information and, you know what I mean, we think everybody knows something, them clear. Why don't we question we being African? We can't be so lazy to say, well, them dark skin and we dark skin. So many people are think no further about that. That would be you not doing your due diligence. That would be you accepting an identity that the oppressor placed for you. You understand? And you can't say, well, them took we from Africa, so we must be Africans. Well, right now you have a lot of Ukrainians in Poland, and we know how they ended up over there. They ended up over there because they were being persecuted by Russians. So they fled to Poland by the hundreds of thousands. Right now, they're probably millions over there, I don't know, but by the hundreds of thousands, and to different parts of Europe. Is it safe to say that those people are now Polish? No, them came from somewhere else because before they went to Poland. And we know that people migrate all the time, right? So that is not, and especially we did not only came from Africa, we came from Europe as well, which is part of history them don't tell you. See, many of us came from Britain. You know what I mean? If you know about the Jacobite rebellion, see, many Jacobites, they in Jamaica and Barbados and North America. Who are the Jacobites? The people that would have fight on behalf of the black man named King James. And they lost that war and they were brought into slavery because of it. If you lose the war, you serve as political prisoner, and the penalty that many of them served was execution, slavery. You know what I mean? And the plantations were, you know what I mean, hot during those times. So they'd send many of them to Jamaica, Bahamas, and North America. So you can't really say we come from Africa. That all of it. And they were deporting a lot of people to the Caribbean as well, who never have nothing to do with the war, those family members of the Jacobites from Scotland, Ireland, and also England. You understand? All right, so I'm saying Pan-Caribbean is when Caribbean countries come together, not dividing by language and culture. Okay, nothing wrong with that, but we have to identify, be more specific with it, like, because Caribbean countries have different nations of people as well within them. Like Jamaica is predominantly Israelite, Benjamites, which are the black people who came over here in slavery. But you have a lot of East Indians, Chinese, white people, you know what I mean? So we can't really go by the identity. The identity of being Jamaican is not fitting. You understand? And the identity of being Trinidadian is not fitting. We have to come back to a real identity, because then now we'll have the same problem. With all these Caribbean countries coming together and black people get pushed to the bottom and the other nations still rise above and them control everything. So with the unity don't make no sense for we, because it is still the same power structure. You understand? So coming together as Caribbean people, but who in the Caribbean need to come together? More so the Israelites in the Caribbean, the blacks and the Hispanics in the Caribbean should come together. Forget the government structure, because when them come together, it's always we get pushed at the back. You know what I mean? It's still the oppressor. You see me? So when the black and Hispanic people in the Caribbean identify themselves with each other, you know what I mean? Modern time communication, look out for each other. If we need, for example, if Trinidad go through some tragedy, then we here in Jamaica can pack food and things, independent of our government. whether or not our government want to do it, yes or no. We can pack food, send to Trinidad, you know what I mean? Help them out, vice versa, you know what I mean? That would be real pan-Caribbean, you know what I mean? Unity. But the pan-Caribbean, where they talk about is more governmental and thing, and it don't benefit us in any kind of way. You understand? All right, let me finish reading this. So it said Deuteronomy 28 and 68. It said, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt, which is bondage or slavery, again with ships. So the Most High said to the Israelites, if you break him laws, we would go into slavery, but this time by the means of ships. And we know who that happened to. That happened to my foreparents. That happened to your foreparents. You understand? That happened to the Hispanics. Then, you know who it never happened to? It never happened to the Africans. And it never happened to the Jewish man. You understand? It happened to blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians. We went into slavery by the means of slave ships. So this is a roadmap as back to who we are, because remember, slavery cut us off completely from who we were. That is one of the disadvantages of slavery, that we had no clue who we were. But the Most High never left us without, you know what I mean, breadcrumbs. You understand? Because the Most High did not, you know what I mean, discard us as his people. It's just punishment for your time because we were disobedient. So now the I.S.U.P.K and a command in general, YAHANNA, which is where the knowledge of the Bible, the true breakdown of the Bible as to who Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians are, came from. Bring this out and make our people know that, look, we are the real children of Israel. If not, who are you? And then another black man can only speculate. And me say, if we are not the children of Israel, who are you? He can't tell you definitively. That is what the Bible says would happen to the children of Israel. You're not going to know who you are. You'll be discontinued from your heritage. Let me find that scripture now. See? Remember, again, tap up the screen, like, share. You know what I mean? You know the thing already. 1 second. All right, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and 4. And it said, and thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thy heritage that I gave to thee. So let we look up the meaning of the word heritage. See? Quick and fast, so you know what the Most I say that you shall discontinue from. Right? All right. So it's a property that is or may be inherited and inheritance. So property, what is a property? Well, property is a house, a car can be a property, but in the main case, land. Land. You understand? And the Israelites were discontinued from their land. See? Let me read back Deuteronomy 28 and verse 68. When we finish, read it. It said, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. Talking about our homeland. Because during this particular time, we were just coming out of Egypt, but we were not in our homeland as yet. We were promised this homeland. We were in the wilderness, right? But this was the way where the Most High spake unto us, meaning he's promising us a particular land. This way, you understand? But when he must say, if we break him law the same way, we won't see it again. So this is where Jeremiah basically has said the same thing. And thou, even thou, shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave unto you, which is the land when give it. Which land is that? Not Africa. You understand? He never give away the land of Africa. He give us the whole majority of the Middle East. See? Our land is in the Middle East. That is where we came from. We came from the Middle East. We did not come originally from Africa. They took us from Africa, yes, some of us, but we came from the Middle East. That is our origin. That is where our nation was. You understand? Let me continue reading. And it said, and thou even thyself shall discontinue from thy heritage. See, that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. And that is, you know what I mean? We can relate to that. All of this is relatable to us, not to anybody else, because we did serve our enemies in a land that we knew not. We don't know no Jamaica. But we learn how comes we end up in Jamaica? Because we were taken and brought to Jamaica. You understand? That is how we ended up in Jamaica. We never knew Jamaica. We never knew Trinidad. We never knew Cuba. We never knew Haiti, Dominica Republic. You understand? We were taken and brought to these places. The land, you know what I mean? A land we knew not, to serve our enemy. And we did serve the oppressor over here. We serve, you know what I mean, hard labor, like prisoners in slavery. We are all prisoners in slavery. You understand? You understand? So we serve our enemies over here, but who can relate? Who else can relate? The Jewish man can't relate to, you know what I mean, him serving him enemy in a strange land. As a matter of fact, in 1948, when, you know what I mean, they took, you know what I mean, people from Poland, people from Russia, people from all over Europe after World War II, put them on ships and brought them to the so-called land of Israel today, which is not the entire land of the Israelites' land. There's no land called the land of Israel or Israel. It's just the majority of the Middle East was where the Israelites live. See? But now you have a country where them call Israel, which is just a small portion of what we used to, you know what I mean, we used to own. See? And then brought millions of people from Europe, millions of white people who don't have any connection to being the Israelites, brought them over there into the Middle East, where them call that the land of Palestine, to a small plot of land. And they were not serving the Palestinians. As a matter of fact, they came there as oppressors to the Palestinians and unalive them and push them back. And to this day, right now, you have a massacre taking place in Gaza. So they were not serving anybody. They were the people, the oppressor in, you know what I mean? So they were never, this prophecy don't fit them none at all. Let me continue reading, see? So it said, for ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever. When it say forever, it don't mean till eternity. It just mean a long time. Because of the grievance of what we did to the Most High. It's so grievous to him that, you know what I mean, this anger will burn for a very long time. That is why we haven't seen our homeland for thousands of years. We have been, you know what I mean, what you call it? Country hopping, or land hopping. Let me say land hopping. Thousands of years. Till finally, it's no longer land hopping, but kidnapping. And kidnap we and brought we over here. So we have been land hopping in Europe, land hopping in Africa, and eventually kidnapped and brought over here. Because of this anger of the Most High. You understand? And it said, for ye have kindled a fire in mine anger. Talking about, you know what I mean? When it say a fire, it is representing of how angry we made the Most High. It's not a literal fire, but anger. You understand? Which shall burn forever. So his anger shall burn forever. See? Let me jump to Isaiah 66 and 15, and it said, for behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind. You understand? Which is what we experience in the Caribbean. You know what I mean? Couple days now, right? With Beryl, the hurricane. You know what I mean? Which caused some devastation in Jamaica, certain parishes. For the most part, Jamaica wasn't terrible damage, but some places were. See? And it caused damages in many other Caribbean country and thing. I said, with his chariots like a whirlwind. Right. So the whirlwind is a hurricane or one of these things. Where it just basically it come to render the Most High's hunger. That's why we don't tell it, we tell you don't play with them things. Don't see a storm coming or a hurricane coming and think that you go out there and you know what I mean and mock the Most High or you know what I mean? Don't do that. You understand? And he said his chariots. What is his chariots? He's talking about, you know what I mean, what the world call UFOs. See? Which in many cases, you know what I mean, they are the ones that cause these disasters. Come sometime with fire, sometime with a whirlwind, sometime it might be one of these things, you know what I mean? An earthquake, but they come to carry out the Most High's will. You understand? So we shouldn't play with that, and we shouldn't disobey the Most High that Him have to send these things upon we. See? And to Jamaicans now, we always say, boy, well, we lucky. And 80, like as we say, 80 is any more sinful than us. So that is why 80 get hit by earthquakes and so forth. Don't think along those lines. Because as I said, one good natural disaster in Jamaica can be like 80. One good natural disaster. Or one bad one. Let me say one bad one. See? And Jamaica can be just like 80. It is the mercy of the Most High. The Most High said he will grant mercy to who him grant mercy. You understand? It don't make 80 any worse than we. 80 is not worse because we tend to say, why 80 work too much Obi and one bag of thing. Well, you can't say that. No. Well, if that was the case, which is a lie, that was a lie. That is not the reason why, you know what I mean? That is not the reason why so much natural disasters used to hit 80 more than any Caribbean island. It's not because I know Obia. But if you want to say I did Obia, you can't say that no, because Jamaica culture right now, even at the music, Obia them are promote. You understand? So you can't say that. Is the problem is we are all sinning against the Most High. And maybe the Most High did us use 80 as an example that we could look at and say, here we go. Maybe we should reconsider we actions them. But that never happened. You understand? And we shouldn't separate ourselves from 80 and talk about, well, 80 deserve. Well, 80 no deserve it more than we. You understand? All of we deserve it. And you know who deserve it more than all of us? The oppressor. Him deserve. Now it's fiend time to get some of the, you know what I mean, the devastation that we felt. You know what I mean? So we should use them things that will happen to we as something to guide us back to the Most High. That is what we should do. and then look at what is going on around the world right now when it comes to the oppressor and his enemies. You understand? That is what we should do. Come together, and not just come together, but come together under the Most High law, statutes, and commandment. And the only way to do that is get inside of the I.S.U.P.K and a command in general. You understand? Because if the I.S.U.P.K was, you know what I mean, was leading blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian right now, probably wouldn't get a natural disaster. You understand? Probably everything would have just go to the oppressor. See? Or if it does come, we wouldn't suffer much loss. You understand? When the prophets them are guide the nation and the nation do the right thing, the Most High protect us. That is what the Most High do. Him not allow destruction to come. But when we are sinner, when we are behave like the heathens, you know what I mean, because our people full up in the Christian church. We're in the Christian church, you know what I mean, serving the oppressor's God. You're not saying that we are worshiping the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which we are not inside of the Christian church. In that Christian church, you're not serving the God of the Bible. You're serving that, you know what I mean, that lie that the oppressor gave to you, you know what I mean, during slavery. The oppressor give you the whip, you know what I mean, oppression and the Christian church in slavery. Neither of those are good. If the whip is not good and the oppression and the slavery is not good, then the Christian church can never be good. You understand? So now is the time, like what I say, we need to come back to where the Bible actually say. The Bible actually say we are the children of Israel. We have an obligation to keep the Most High laws. What that the Christian church tell us that we not to keep, but the Bible say we should. And the only place we can keep the Most High laws and learn the truth is in the I.S.U.P.K and the command in general. You understand? So we just look around the world and see what go on. More frequent natural disaster. Them say this hurricane is the strongest hurricane to come so early in the hurricane period. It reached a category 5. It actually reached category 5, and them say so early in the hurricane period time, them, you know what I mean, in June, them never get such a strong hurricane before, which probably mean more might come. You understand? Them already say one more out there I wait for develop. You know what I mean? We don't know how that will go. You know what I mean? But we hope and pray that it don't affect the children of Israel, not just Jamaica. You understand? Not just we here in Jamaica, but everywhere the children of Israel dwell. And if it comes to Jamaica, we only pray that it hit the heathens. We pray that the oppressors, the East Indians and the Chinese, them get it, and not the ghetto. You know what I mean? Not the poor, which is usually the Israelites. You understand? So we shouldn't play with it. We shouldn't think that, hey, we see this a come and say, wait now, come to Jamaica. Sure. At the mercy of the Most High we are live off of. That's what we need to understand. We are live off of the grace of God. Christians love use that term, grace. The grace is just mercy. But grace is not, you know what I mean, is not unlimited. It's not unlimited. Just like when your light bill due and you have a grace period for pay it, JPS don't keep your light on perpetually. It can keep your light on if you pay it. You understand? But if you don't pay it, JPS will turn off your light. That is what grace period is. A time for you get your act together. And the Most High give with that time. In these crucial times. Because we live in some crucial times, you know. Now is the time of World War III. Now is the time the oppressor and his enemies are looking to go to war. Full-blown war, and it will become nuclear. You understand? Burial should be, you know what I mean, a warning for us to get our act together. Because worse than burial is coming. You understand? And we don't want to get caught up in that. You understand? The Most High is bringing judgment to this earth, and the oppressor cannot escape it. Cannot. It's direct. It's like a, you know what I mean, a precision guided missile. It's aimed directly at the oppressor. Now, what you have to do? You have to separate from the oppressor. You have to. You have to come out of the Christian church. Stop celebrating Christmas. Everything that the oppressor gives to you, including your identity as African, including you being African, which is given to you by the oppressor. You have to let go the whole of that. Because this precision guided missile is coming to the oppressor, and all of his infrastructure, you know what I mean? Everything that he creates, his system is, everything will be obliterated. You understand? You need to come into your own culture now, your true culture, which is being birthed through the I.S.U.P.K, it's being brought back to you through the I.S.U.P.K and a commanding general, YAHANNA. You need that, because in a time where, you know what I mean, you relied on such a thing, you know what I mean, called the system where the oppressor create over you for so long. What do you do when it is no longer in place? Well, you see situation like where you see in Haiti. You understand? You're going to have chaos. You understand? Because now you have a void. You have a void. You used to listen, you used to serve the oppressor and an oppressive system, but now it's no longer there. Then tyrants come up from among your people, and then they rule over you with the same method that the oppressor used to rule, or worse, because now them don't really have any structure. So it's just like a dog eat dog thing. And the strong oppressing the weak. You would need a system which comes directly from the Most High, and that is what the I.S.U.P.K has birthed. You understand? Your true culture, righteousness, a place that you won't be oppressed and you will get righteous judgment. You understand? Righteous men ruling over you, you know, as opposed to your Christian pastor teaching you lies. You understand? And waiting for our king come and completely destroy our enemies, and then we will be ruling the earth. It's not far-fetched. You're seeing the earth, you're seeing the world crumble right before your eyes. Look at Joe Biden. Can you imagine a day that somebody senile would be in charge of America? Just think about that. Just think about that for a second. Can you imagine? Have you ever picked? Remember, you know, when the COVID-19 came, nobody could imagine that one day school would be out perpetually. No school, no work. That was an example of the system, you know what I mean, being non-existent. You know. That is the proof to you that such a thing can happen. The system that you rely upon, gone. That is one form of it, and it is coming in a full-fledged, you know what I mean, mode. It a forward fully. See? Now, you have another scenario where the American president, them call him the leader of the free world, Joe Biden. He's, you know what I mean, him is like a scarecrow. Him, no life, no in him. It's like them a prop him up, them a hold him up with a stick. And him a rule the world. That is showing that America has fallen, brethren. Babylon has fallen. And now, him no one left office because him have that senile old pride. That old senile pride. Which will run America, if them allow him to, him will run America into the ground. And then you have Donald Trump, a next old bastard, a old devil, who don't like black people and Hispanics, who them say is the only hope. some racist who is also deteriorating if you look closely. By the time him reach the White House and run off in 4 years, him probably end up just like Joe Biden. And at the most I do that to them. All the way I say is gotta do it. You understand? Is the most I destroy in America. And America enemies, you know what I mean? They are looking on Russia, China, see? All of them are look on. All of them are look on and they must see the weakness of America. And they must salivate. They must say, now is our time. And I guess in the mind of our people, especially us here in Jamaica who dream to go to the United States for a better life, we can't imagine there not being an America. But it's inevitable. Every empire that has ever existed have fallen. Every empire. America is not the first nation to rule the earth. Once upon a time, Britain ruled the earth. You understand? Once upon a time, Rome ruled the earth. What happened to Rome? Rome has been confined to just a little part of Italy. But what happened to Rome? Rome got completely destroyed. So did Britain. You understand? So did Greece. But this one named America now is even more crucial than the rest because now our entire life is connected to America. The survival of so many countries are connected to America. If America falls, the earth will go into a Great Depression. You understand? And not just Great Depression because it will come with war and nuclear war. You see? More than just economical, but suffering on a grand scale. You understand? This is the book of Revelation, chapter 18 and 2, and it said, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils. You understand? Babylon is falling. America is falling. America is done. This is the end of it. You understand? They had a good run. They became world power, you know what I mean? The strongest military might in history. Probably the richest kingdom. Yeah, definitely the richest kingdom in history because they print money, you know what I mean, to them own content. You understand? But it done now. This is it. It's up. Right now you have China doing way better than America right now. Way better. Right now you have videos circulating TikTok of people saying them never know say China looks so good. So I guess China think that they are the next one in line. No, they are not. Russia probably thinks that, well, if we can defeat, you know what I mean, America and NATO, then maybe we can rule and take over. No such thing. It won't be Iran. It won't be North Korea. It won't be none of them. All of them are going to obliterate each other. You understand? And not only that, our king will come destroy all of them all together. And them are going to serve we. We are going to rule the earth. We. Rest assured. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the children of Israel. You know what I mean? This is the kingdom of heaven. Don't, you know what I mean? The Christian church make you feel like you have to die if you go to a place called heaven. Heaven is here on earth. And who rules this planet is in heaven. We will rule this place. This is heaven. And we are going to rule it. We're currently in hell. But, you know what I mean? We are going to change place with the oppressor soon. You understand? Let me continue reading. It said, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is falling, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hole of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. You understand? That is what America will become. See? And has partially become that already. You understand? You just look at Joe Biden. Does that look like a man fit for rule? You know what I mean? Just think about it. Joe Biden look like a man fit for rule a nation. Him look like somebody's senile grandparent. You know what I mean? Who need for just, you know what I mean? Just sit around the house, be spoon fed until a time for him just pass away. But him a rule America. That is the most I is doing. You understand? That's the most I turning our enemies and making them weak because of what them do to we. Because the most I never forget about slavery. Even though our black leaders have forgotten about slavery, the most I did not forget. And now these heathens, them are going to pay. Them are going to face judgment. You understand? And it's about glorious. But if you attach yourself to America and the oppressor, it now go glorious. You understand? It now go glorious. Remember again, tap up the screen, share, like, subscribe. See, we're going to jump to a scripture. See? See? This is what the Most High said. We, the children of Israel, should do. This is the book of Revelation. Let me skip down to verse 4. Right. 1 second. Verse 4 in the same Revelation chapter 18. And it said, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. You understand? So the Most High tell his people, who is the Most High's people? The children of Israel, to come out of Babylon. Remember, verse 2 said, Babylon is falling. Verse 4 said, come out of her, my people. So as Babylon is falling, what we should do? Come out of her. What that mean? That don't mean jump on a plane and go and fly to Jamaica. That don't mean jump on a plane and, you know what I mean, and go to Africa like, you know what I mean, the GOCC used to tell our people to do. And when them buck up in a circumstances, then, you know what I mean, them don't know what to do. It means come out of the customs of America. Notice it refer to don't be partakers of our sin. What is our sin? Our sin is Christmas. You understand? The things that we follow them doing become a sin to us, like celebrating Christmas, which is the worship of another God. You understand? We being a part of the Christian church, which is the worship of many gods inside of that Christian church. See? We celebrating Thanksgiving, we celebrating Valentine's Day, we voting. You understand? But the Most High never tell us that voting will ever help us. As a matter of fact, the Most High said, he will choose, you know what I mean, who's supposed to be king over us. But many of our people are looking to vote back in this senile idiot named Joe Biden or Donald Trump. Putting another nation as your king. Voting can't help you. You understand? And the Most High is telling you to come out of her, which is basically everything that you learn over here from this oppressor is custom and everything. You should come out of it. Separate yourself from it. Come back to your culture. You know what I mean? Get inside these classes. Get inside of the I.S.U.P.K. That is how you really separate yourself from this place. Let me read it again. This is the book of Revelation chapter 18 and verse 4. And it said, And I heard a voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. You understand? So whatever punishment that come upon America, if you join yourself with America, or join yourself with the oppressor, which is the blonde-ear, blue-eyed devil, the white man. See? If you join yourself with him, if you're celebrating Christmas, worshiping him Christian church, you are going to get in plagues and you're going to partake in every judgment where come upon that place here. You're not going to escape it. You understand? Let me jump to another scripture. In the meanwhile, remember, like, share, subscribe. If you have questions, just leave it in the chat. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 11 and verse 21. And it said, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished. You understand? So, though our people, you know what I mean, suffering from Stockholm syndrome, because, you know what I mean, what we suffer from over here is Stockholm syndrome, which means you love the one, is a syndrome that says the abuser loves the abused, love the abuser. That is what, you know what I mean, our people suffer from. We love the oppressor even though him enslave us and have us in systematic racist system that oppress us. We love him anyway. We aspire to be like him. You know what I mean? We learn everything. We learn all of his ways. You understand? That is Stockholm syndrome. But, you know what I mean? And even trying to save it, because with the Joe Biden thing, today him do a thing where him go to some big black, you know what I mean? And you have to blame the Christian leaders for this too. You know what I mean? They are one of the reasons why we in the condition, we're still in the condition we're in right now. Him go to some big black church, you know what I mean? As a political move for Ghana black votes are to reinsure black votes. You understand? And you can see the love where them have faith. Them know that this man is not fit to lead anybody, but them still promote him and endorse him so that you can get up and go vote for him. You understand? But the scripture said, Proverbs 11 and 21 said, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished. So even though you want to save America, you want, you know what I mean, love the oppressor, you know what I mean, to death, him still ever get punished. But if he might get punished and you unjoin with him, what happened to you? You have to come out of your way. You understand? Let me continue reading. But the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. So this I make you know, say this is not just talking about individual. This is talking about nation. I said the seed of the righteous. Who is the seed of the righteous? We are the seed of the righteous. We are the children of the Most High's people. You understand? We are the children of Israel. The children of Israel are the righteous. We are that seed of the righteous. So we will be delivered. But those of us who decide that they're going to join and with our oppressor, they won't be delivered. The Bible make you know that 2/3 of our people might not make it or will not make it. You know what I mean? We pray to the Most High that more may make it, but you know what I mean? It's up to the Most High. And it's up to you to not be a part of that. You understand? That's why we say get inside these classes. You're living in crucial times. You understand? Let me read this again. Proverbs 11 and 21. And it said, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished. But the seed, so there's one people who is the wicked. See? That is one people. Let me find another scripture to show you. You know what I mean? Another precept on this. See? One second. To show you who the wicked is. One second. All right, this is the book of Job. Job chapter 9 and verse 24. And it said, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So it make you know that the entire earth is given over to a particular people who are considered as the wicked. Meaning the wicked rule the earth, and we know that it's the oppressor who rules the earth today. You understand? They are the wicked on the face of the earth. You know what I mean? You don't have to look too far to confirm that and know that they are the wicked. Look at what they have even done to the earth. Look at what they have done to our people and other people. You understand? They are the wicked. You know what I mean? Let me continue reading. It said, he covereth the faces of the judges thereof. What do you mean by him cover the faces of the judges thereof? It's talking about the people of the book, the people of the Bible. Him cover their faces. And the main judge, you know what I mean, in the Bible is talking about Jesus or Yahweh Shai Mashiach. Him cover him faces. How him cover him faces? Have you ever heard? All right. For example, see, recently Russia brought out that Jesus, and it brought out, Russia brought out that some what you call it, Russian icons of some old paintings of what Jesus and the disciples and them look like, showing you that they were black. You understand? But in modern time, what the oppressor do? Him show you the white Jesus, him show you Moses as being white. You know what I mean? This is how them cover the face of the judges. You understand? Them hide what them really look like. That is what, you know what I mean, covering the face of the judges really, I tell you. See? Them whitewash the image of the people in the Bible. But some countries preserve, you know what I mean, the real, what I call it now, the real images. And them still have some of the black paintings because the world back then didn't know that these were black people. But this oppressor, what him do, he covers the faces of the judges thereof. If not, so it asks you a question now. If not, where and who is he? So who is this oppressor? Who is this slacker? Who is this wicked? It's almost like a riddle. If not, where? So where is he? And who is he? In the right, this basically I tell you say in the right in front of your eyes. See? The wicked is somebody that you see ruling this earth, but you feel to call him wicked. You feel to recognize him as being wicked. When him right in front of you. That is the oppressor. You understand? So the Bible make you know, say, look, two hands joining hand, the wicked will not be unpunished. So you can't love this place because, you know what I mean, it is going down. You know what I mean? It's at his hand right now. You can't save it. You can't be like these Uncle Tom pastors who want save the burning house. You know what I mean? These Uncle Tom leaders that we have who want to save the oppressor. You have to separate from it. You have to come out of the Christian church. You have to come out of the holidays that, you know what I mean, this oppressor teach of to celebrate. And come back to the Most High. You understand? All right. Let me see what we have over here. So. All right. Ronald B. To me, Joe Biden is a walking dead. You're right. Only the breath of life keeping him alive. Mystery Babylon, the mother of all that going down. You're right. So right. You know what I mean? Somebody say him show people religion. All right. All right. So, you know what I mean? So we live in some crucial times, isn't it? Now is the time for our people. Separate from everything that the oppressor gave us, including that lie that we are Africans. I mean, Hurricane Beryl passed through the entire Caribbean, and we can guarantee you have not seen any African country saying, or any African saying, pray for the Caribbean. We can guarantee you have not seen that. And that is consistent with Africans. They have never sympathized with your trauma. And we should stop praying for them too. Because, you know what I mean, how is it that we went through 400 years of slavery and we are the ones who have to pray for free people? We are going through, we are under an oppressor right now, suffering. See, and we should pray for free people. No, man, that should stop. We should realize that, same like how these Africans are not praying for us, are wishing us well during a crucial time as this, during a time of disaster, we should not pray for them. Whatever reach them, just know that that's the hand of the Most High and them deserve it. And we are not Africans. And with that, we're going to wrap up the class today. You know what I mean? The class is a short one. You know what I mean? If you have questions, please leave it in the chat. I don't know the thing already. Like, share, subscribe, depending on the platform that you're on. You understand? Today we are streamed from Twitter as well. And we are streamed on the Breakdown channel and YouTube as well. So, you know what I mean? Shalom to everybody watching on those platforms, as well as I.S.U.P.K Jamaica. You understand? And with that, we'll jump to the security announcements. All right, somebody asked a good question. If we are not Africans, who are we? That's an excellent question. Winston Willis. Excellent question. Black people who were brought over here in the transatlantic slave trade from the west coast of Africa, and not only the west coast of Africa, you know, from Britain during the Jacobite rebellion, Scotland and Ireland, along with the Hispanics and the native Indians. We are the 12 lost tribes of the nation of Israel. You understand? We are the people who are in this Bible and who wrote this Bible. We are the people, you know what I mean, of the Bible that the oppressor used for prop up in Christianity. We are the children of Israel. You know what I mean? And the Bible do have nothing at all to do with Christianity, none at all. It is our history and our record. You understand? I hope that answers your question. Get in classes, man. You can, you know what I mean, learn more about it and ask questions like that. You know what I mean? And with that, we're going to jump to the security announcement. All right, these are the I.S.U.P.K security announcements, where the I.S.U.P.K started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. New rules for brothers and sisters: when a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, you can find this in the book of Numbers chapter 18 and 21 and Malachi chapter 3 verse 8 to 10. Means 10 in the Hebrew and is pronounced ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you'd like to give. All right, so to pay your tithes and to, you know what I mean, to support the truth, just go over to isupk.com or isupk144.com and support the truth. See? Upcoming Holy Convocation, the memorial of the blowing of the trumpet, I think, let me find it. 1 second. 1 second. All right, I might have to pull it on the phone. So those on TikTok might not hear it. So, you know what I mean? You know, can't hear me for like a couple minutes. 1 second. All right, so the next holy convocation is the memorial of the blowing of the trumpet. This is the first day of the 7th month, Wednesday, the 2nd of October. This year, you can find this in Leviticus 23, verse 24 to 25. All right. So the memorial of the blowing of the trumpet, you know what I mean, will be in October. You can find it in Leviticus 23, verse 24 to 25. See? That's the next holy convocation, right? Reminding Akiam and Akwatiam to check on social media such as I.S.U.P.K.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for I.S.U.P.K events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he needs to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. And with that, we're going to say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew and then in English. Sarwa Panya Akwadam, which means turn and face the east. We're going to say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew first. Abanawa, Shabashamayam, Kwadash, Ayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakwatka, Taba'a, Atazaka, Ayah, I.S.H.A.P.K, Arataza, Kawa, Ayah, Bashamayam, Nathanyanawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalaklanawa, Kawabwatnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kawabwatyanawa, Wala'a, Tabaya'nawa, Panasayawan, Abal, Awashainawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwat, Wa'ala, Wahathapara, La'aiwalamyam, Aman. In English, our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Amen. Sar, which means to turn. We're going to give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, I.M.A.D.U.M. Shabbat, I.M.A.D.U.M. Barak, Yahweh Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai Brakathum, Yanamata, class dismissed. Remember to like, share, you know what I mean, follow, subscribe, depending on the platform that you're watching on. Follow, you know what I mean. We have our Linktree link in the bio of all our pages now. So you just find the Linktree and follow us on all our social media. So all our social media is on the Linktree now. See? One link and it take you to all our social media. All right? And with that, shalom.
Hey, you hear me? Turn me up in the headphone. Look, black women in church trying to sing away their problems, paying tithes to a pastor, molest your children and rob you. He ain't concerned with their condition and black people problems. Send some prayers up to the Lord, shake loose all their pockets. And to add to the stress, shit, we all divided. He got caught up in the trap, he could've went to college. Selling box ain't your only option. How you single with 4 kids with a rainbow flag in your bio? He got caught up, came home with a drug problem. You get famous off of murder. Niggas love sliding. City filled with gun violence. Everybody got switches. Religious grandchildren is doing most of the killing. I don't consider this living. We in hell. Gave my nigga life. I heard him crying in his cell. Uncle sneaking in her room, but she afraid to tell. How you expect to get justice? She blind holding scales. Yeah, all the wrong shit make you real. You ain't focused on oppression when you just trying to live. I've been in the fields just like Pop Warner. See my brother catch a body, we was sophomores. Devil buying a strong man and put the locks on him. Now the family all destroyed, son got stock on him. I ain't mad, just a warrior for the wrong cause. How your ops look like you in the wrong war, for real, yeah.